Well, Inspiring Stories is a trust that was set up a few years ago, and the main corp-up of the trust is they set up workshops all around the country for young and inspiring filmmakers. And joining me today is Lou Davidson. Now, Lou is the facilitator here of the workshops. Now, you guys have come to Rotorua, and I've been involved for most of the day, and it's pretty exciting for these young people to be involved.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting to be a part of it ourselves, actually. There's 3 of us here hoping to facilitate the day, so loving sharing our skills with them.
Now, obviously you've got quite a number of students here today. What's the main concept behind the workshops, and what do they learn?
So the main concept behind our Inspiring Stories filmmaking workshops is teaching the skills of storytelling to young people, to not just be able to tell their own stories more confidently, but to be able to look at what's going on in their own communities. Some stories that maybe they've taken for granted until now, and turning those into short films that will maybe go out and inspire other people to do great things to help their communities or help the world they live in, and pretty much share their own angle on things.
I think inspire is actually the word of the day, isn't it? Because Inspiring Stories, the trust was set up by a young man, and his story is quite inspiring as well. So tell us a little bit about that, Lou.
So Guy Ryan's a good friend of mine. I met him in Otago when we were both doing design down there, and he grew up on the West Coast, and after finishing this master's course in science communication, where you learn everything about storytelling and filmmaking, he was like, okay, so what can I do to help my place in the world? There's a lot of big issues out there, it's pretty daunting. He realised that storytelling through film is probably the most effective way to communicate with people these days, and he set up the trust at the age of barely 24 years old after he made his film Carving the Future, and from there the idea of engaging young people to be the storytellers of their generation for their communities. Those films go on to be shared with the rest of the broader community, the rest of the world, and then those films, through the emotional tales and inspirational themes and whatnot, inspire people to get up off the couch and do something that they love too, or support something that's already happening.
Now, that short film Carving Future, that went around the world and won awards too, didn't it?
Massively so, yeah. It's been flicked into hundreds of schools around the country as well, and over 50 countries have screened the film, and we continue to play it on our road trip. Every time we get a screening or a workshop where people haven't seen it, they love it. It's really powerful. It's awesome.
Well, at the moment, the students are out doing some filming and learning how to use the camera, so should we go catch up with some of them and see what they're up to?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, joining me now is one of the students from the workshop, Christian Arenas. Thanks for joining us today, Christian. Now, what's the idea about you coming on the course? Did you wanting to be an inspiring filmmaker?
Oh yeah, I've been actually thinking about my future ever since I turned year 11 this year, and I think film has intrigued me in a way.
Yeah. So what have you learned today?
I've learned how to take advantage of several shots, the camera and stuff.
Yeah. Have you got any inspiring filmmakers that you look up to? I'll give you a hint, Peter Jackson.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, I found Avatar really interesting, and it's really artistic with the camera and stuff, and the animation.
Well, the next inspiring filmmaker is Meg. Is that the right term to use, the inspiring filmmaker, Meg?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
And what have you learnt today that you think will help with a potential career in filmmaking?
I've learned all kinds of new ways to do angles for filming and how to freeze the shots.
So you definitely think this could be a career choice for you?
Yeah, it's really cool.
The Inspiring Stories Trust doing great work with youth around New Zealand. Ellen Solomon was covering last week's workshop at Waiariki. Thanks for watching tonight. Don't forget, if you have something that you'd like to share with us, give us a call on 07 3488 984 or email news@tvrotorua.co.nz. Pomaria.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
City News was brought to you by East Brewster Lawyers Rotorua, celebrating 100 years of legal excellence and innovation.